It all started on what felt like a totally normal Tuesday. I came home from work, tired but happy, looking forward to a quiet evening with my girlfriend, Chloe. We'd been together for 3 years, and things felt solid, comfortable, or so I thought. As I walked in, she was on the phone, her back to me. She quickly hung up when she saw me, a little too quickly. She said it was just her mom, but something in her eyes flickered. A tiny little alarm bell went off in my head, but I ignored it. You trust the person you love, right? Over the next few weeks, those little alarms kept ringing. She started working late more often, had girls' nights that she was weirdly vague about. And her phone, which used to be left lying around everywhere, was now glued to her hand and always face down. Whenever I'd ask what was up, she'd get defensive, turning it around on me, asking if I didn't trust her. It was classic gaslighting, but when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see clearly. The doubt was eating me alive. I felt like I was going crazy, questioning my own sanity. The breaking point came one Saturday. She said she was going on a weekend yoga retreat with her friend Sarah. I even dropped her off at Sarah's house. But later that day, I ran into Sarah's husband at the grocery store. Casually asked him how Sarah was enjoying the retreat. He just looked at me, confused, and said, "What retreat?" "Sarah's visiting her parents out of state this weekend." My blood ran cold. The whole world just tilted on its axis. The lie was so blatant, so careless. She didn't even bother to coordinate her story. That night I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak. It was a hurricane of emotions. But underneath it all, a cold, clear thought started to form. I wasn't just going to confront her and have a screaming match. No, that was too easy. She had made me feel small and foolish for weeks. She deserved to understand the consequences of her actions. So I started planning. Knew she was financially dependent on me. We lived in my apartment. I paid most of the bills, and her car was in my name. The yoga retreat was the perfect opportunity. While she was away on her little trip, I got to work. I packed up every single thing she owned into boxes. Clothes, makeup, photos, every little knickknack. I was methodical, almost robotic. It was painful seeing all our memories being packed away, but it was also strangely liberating. I then called a friend with a truck and we moved all of her boxes into a storage unit. It's the cheapest one I could find, paid for 1 month in advance. Then I changed the locks on the apartment. The final touch was the car. I drove it to the dealership and traded it in. It was in my name, so it was all perfectly legal. I used the money as a down payment on a new car for myself, something she'd never even ridden in. When she came back on Sunday evening, tanned and annoyingly cheerful, she found her key didn't work. She called me, confused, then annoyed. I answered calmly and just said, "Chloe, all your things are in a storage unit. Here's the address and the key code. The first month is paid for. After that, it's on you." The silence on the other end of the line was deafening. Then came the frantic questions, the apologies, the begging, but I was done, I told her. "You thought I wouldn't find out? You were wrong. You lied to me for weeks and made me question my own mind. This isn't just about cheating. It's about the complete lack of respect. I hope you had a great yoga retreat. Now, you have to deal with the reality you created." And then I hung up. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it was also the most empowering. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about taking your power back and removing the source of toxicity from your life. It's about starting over, on your own terms. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone and you deserve better. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.